Hey, what's up guys? It's Cliff with Note Cycles, and I'm super pumped to be with you today because we have the new Soundstream WHD.SG in this beautiful 105th anniversary Ultra Classic, a 2008. It's an absolute gem, and this new Soundstream WHD.SG brings it into 2025 with a vengeance. So what do you get with the new SG? Well, the crowd favorite is wireless CarPlay and wireless Android Auto. Why is that important? Well, gone are the days where you got to have your cell phone mounted on your handlebars, even if you wanted to connect to your radio. Connect with wireless, put it in your pocket, and hit the road. It's just a lot easier to manage your riding experience when your phone's in your pocket or in your jacket pocket, not on your handlebars. The new WHD.SG also comes packed with a way brighter display than the previous generation. A 7-inch QLED touchscreen. Let's fire this up, put it in accessory power, and just see how beautiful this looks. I mean, look at that. Not only is it vivid and beautiful, but it loads fast. Way faster than the previous generation. I already had my phone connected for Apple CarPlay wirelessly, got my phone in my pocket, put it in accessory power. Within what, 10 seconds, I'm connected to CarPlay, I'm ready to hit the road. So look at this beautiful display. It's absolutely gorgeous. We know we're in neutral, there's our neutral indicator, and look at the buttons on the side. Super vivid, super bright, and you can actually customize these colors in the interface. We'll go over that a little bit later. I have them set to an amberish, kind of to coordinate with the bike, so you can do that as well. You can set the background to whatever color you want, to all mesh to whatever you got going on your bike, which is super cool. So I'm gonna hop on the bike and let's go through some of the features. All right, hopped on the bike, I wanna run through some of the features. What I did off camera real quick is I actually unpaired my phone for wireless CarPlay so I could show you how to do that. But for starters, I just wanna show you, this is the home screen. If you're not familiar with Soundstream, this is a similar home screen for all of their head unit options. So we can see here we've got Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, it's SiriusXM expandable, so you can opt to add a SiriusXM tuner and get SiriusXM from a satellite connection, obviously AM, FM. We've got Bluetooth phone, Bluetooth music, so if you just want to connect old school Bluetooth, you can do that as well. You don't have to go through Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Also, if you have a USB that you want to play music from a USB thumb drive, you can do that as well. And it does have rear camera or camera in general capability. So what I want to show you real quick is just how easy it is to pair your phone. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit this little phone indicator in the lower right-hand corner. It tells us to enable smartphone connectivity, connect your mobile phone by using USB cable, or we're going to pair wirelessly. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to go on my phone. I'm already in the Bluetooth settings on my Apple phone. Same rings true for Android. If you have an Android phone, just go to your Bluetooth settings. And I can already see down here, there is other devices, WHD.SG, okay? So I'm gonna click that on my phone, and then immediately I get a pairing confirmation code, 437328, and I see 437328 on the device, so I'm gonna say yes, pair, and confirm, because they were the same. And I'm not going to sync my contacts for now. I'm just going to hit don't allow, but I recommend you just allow it. It's easier. And then connect for CarPlay. And we can see here that it's making its connection. So it's asking me if I want to do Bluetooth or CarPlay. I want to do CarPlay. So boom, there we go. So just like that, we're connected for wireless CarPlay. What was that, 15 seconds? And super easy, you just follow the prompts on your phone. So what I want to do first is when I get in here is I probably want to look at customizing some things. So the first thing that I think about is the background. So to change the background, actually go into settings here and then wallpaper. And I have just the native wallpaper in here. So I'm going to use this right here because it's got some amber/orange hue in it. But you can upload personal wallpapers if you want to. That's super cool. You can customize that way. So I'm going to come out of here, go back to the home screen. So there we go, updated that. And I also want to show you that you can change the color to customize the icons on the side of the screen. So to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to go to the home screen, and then into settings. And there is display settings right here. And there's touch key color. All right, so I have it set to orange, as you can see right now. So let's see, we can go back to red. Ooh, that's nice and beautiful and vivid. We've got white. We've got, oh, that's the end there. So let's go back here. So we've got orange, back to orange, yellow, blue, green, purple, and cyan. So that's the end there. So we're gonna head back to orange because that matches the vibe of our bike. So there we go. So in a few keystrokes, we've completely customized our screen. It's great. It kind of matches the vibe of the bike. And again, you got a blue bike, you got a black bike, you can customize it however you want. So you have your standard Apple CarPlay options here. Again, anything that's on your phone that's Apple CarPlay compatible can and will show here. You can customize what your view is in your mobile phone in the CarPlay settings. So all of that happens there. But this is your Apple CarPlay home screen. Super cool. You have access to everything that you would on your mobile phone. Again, that's Apple CarPlay compatible. So it's all there. Phone, music, maps. Now this is a Soundstream interface, audiobooks, whatever you got here. We got Duncan here, Google Maps, NHL, Go Caps. So everything is at your fingertips. And again, you can customize it, you can remove things, add things. So let's go into some of the Soundstream settings a little bit, just so that you can see what you can customize. So I can go into night mode and day mode just at the click of a button. So even if you're riding in the day, and let's say it gets really overcast, especially in the rain, and you want to go into night mode, it's that simple. So you don't have this big bright display kind of, you know, in your face. So we've got that at the push of a button. And here we have the digital equalizer. So this is a super cool upgrade. You can dial into your desired music experience depending on the type of music that you listen to with a few clicks of a button, which is super awesome. Next, this little button right here will allow you to hide that lower banner. So if you just want to get it out of the way, you can do that as well. So we're clicking it, showing it, clicking it, it's going away. We've got settings here. So we got system settings. All right, so let's go into language here. So we've got several languages that, you know, you can set the device to, so that, you know, if you want Italian, you want Portuguese, it's all there. We can set date and time, key beep. So if you want there to be a beep every time you press a button, you can do that. I don't want that, so we're gonna go back into system settings and turn that off, but you can. GPS status, factory reset, and about. So let's go jump out of there. Audio settings, so this is where we get into really being able to dial into your desired sound experience. We got balance and fade, digital equalizer, crossover, subwoofer setup, amp turn on delay, which is great. For those of you that have a popping sound every single time you turn on your bike, the amp turn on delay will eliminate that, so that's a cool feature. And then volume settings. So all sorts of audio settings that you can really dial into, which is super cool. Display settings, we went into these a little bit. You've got nighttime brightness, so you can raise or lower the brightness of the radio for your nighttime experience. Touch key color, we went over that. Those are for the icons on the side. And then the wallpaper, you can customize your wallpaper however you want. And you can add new wallpaper as well. Just has to be a JPEG file. All right, and then lastly over here on the right, we've got the connected devices. You can connect more than one device. You got multiple people using the bike. They want their device to be paired as soon as they sit on the bike. It can do that. No problem at all, and it connects super fast. Lastly, when it comes to just really an out-of-the-box audio experience, you know, what to expect. If you have your factory head unit in there, I mean, it's gonna be a wild difference. Definitely recommend getting upgraded speakers if you make this adjustment, especially obviously if you have the original speakers, just because it has more power and more capability. But with a simple head unit upgrade and some upgraded speakers, you're gonna sound so much better than you did before. Even if you have an upgraded aftermarket head unit, maybe from 3 years ago, 5 years ago, etc., this is gonna be a huge improvement over that. So definitely lots of benefits and reasons to consider the new WHD.SG. Not only is it gorgeous, but your audio is gonna sound like never before. The installation for this beauty is a breeze. We actually have a comprehensive installation video for the previous generation, the Soundstream WHD.SG. Again, installation is the same. I'll link that in the description below so you can see exactly how to install this in your driveway or garage. So if you're looking to upgrade the audio experience in your 98 to 13 Batwing Harley-Davidson motorcycle, definitely consider this. It's a huge upgrade, it's beautiful, and it'll get you sounding better than ever before. If you're looking to pick it up, you can check us out at www.notecycles.com. And as always, guys, have a blast out there.